Hello everyone, the Arrow Guy Fire Alarm here, and today we're going to teach you how to wire up a fire alarm. Without further ado, let's begin. In this video, we'll be covering how to wire a fire alarm from the pull station or the device individually by using 2 power source, a battery, or some other voltage DC power sources. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. If you're looking for the battery source, skip to this time of the video right now, and if you're looking for a power source, skip to this time of the video. Without further ado, let's begin. Before we get started, we need to know about these fire alarms in the first place. Over here is the initiating devices / pull station. Each pull station have a key or any kind of special key to open the pull station. These pull stations either have a switch or a button. On the back of the pull station, there's a label that tells you information about the device itself, the model number, and the voltage rating. The voltage rating is important because you want to make sure you put the proper voltages through these devices. With this device right here can handle 28 volt DC and 30 volt AC. You want to make sure you put only that voltage, otherwise you can potentially fire the devices. Also, other pull stations could take 125 volts AC, like this Simplex 4251-20. You want to make sure you look at the label of the pull station before putting any higher voltages to the devices. But unfortunately, some pull stations like this one have an adjustable module, and it will not work with this project. So if you want it to work, you may have to resolder it or change out the wire that connect to the module and have it connect individually to the pull station wires. Each pull station have its own unique design and feature. On the back of these pull stations, you either notice a turnable block or a pigtail wire. If you have 4 pigtail wire, make sure you tape one of the wires off. Sure, one black is taped and one white is taped. Same with other pull stations that have this feature as well. And now this concludes the tutorial and information on the initiating devices. Now let's get straight to the notification appliances. Notification appliances, known as fire alarm, horn strobe, or horn devices, are devices that are designed to alert you of an emergency in the building. Each device have its own different kind, which could be speaker, chime, electronic, electrical, mechanical, and so on. On the back of these devices, there's a voltage rating, model numbers, strobe rating, and so on. Some device may be able to take 24 volts DC, 12 volts, or 120 volt AC. You want to make sure you only put those kind of voltages through these devices to prevent the devices from being fried. But unfortunately, speaker alarms will not be able to make a sound. You will need an amplifier or a soundboard to make the device function properly. But since this would require a board or an amplifier to do this process, I would not include it in this tutorial. Same applies to single speakers as well. Also, you want to be careful on devices like the Simplex True Alert. Some of them are smart sync only, and devices like this requires a special module to operate. If you have devices like this, you need a special module, otherwise this will not work. This basically applies to devices that requires a special module in order to operate it. Modern fire alarm visual signaling is a xenon strobe. These xenon strobes, depending on the candela rating, produces a very bright flash to grab your attention. Older fire alarms does not have this ability, as most of them are either a frosted xenon strobe with very low candela rating or a light that can only be illuminated by a light bulb. Older alarms like these were more likely to consume power, since the majority of them are powered by electrical mechanical horns. This also depends on which device you're using as well. Now this includes the guides and information on notification appliances. Now let's start wiring some fire alarms. Before we get started, we need to go buy some batteries. You can go to any retail store, but for now we're going to a dollar store. Over here in this battery section, you can see the alkaline batteries and a super heavy duty battery. If you're going to use devices like mechanical horn strobe, I would prefer going with alkaline batteries, since these batteries tend to last longer than a super heavy duty battery. If you're using low power devices like electronic horn strobe, for example Real Arc AS, definitely go with a super heavy duty battery. However, if using devices like electrical mechanical horn strobe, bells, and any devices that draws a lot of amp, I would definitely recommend alkaline batteries. branded alkaline batteries usually cost a lot of money, like over here. It costs $9.70 to get a pack of 2, which I'm not in favor of, so I instead went with a $1 store option over here. Also, super heavy duty batteries are inexpensive and some of them cost $1. So I went ahead and bought the battery. I brought 2 super heavy duty and 3 alkaline batteries. And now I'm going to teach you how to wire a fire alarm using these batteries. And now we're going to start wiring the fire alarm. Over here, this is all the utensils I have right here. Over here, I'm using a Real-Lock MT, Edward pull station, 2 super heavy duty battery, and an electric tape, a screwdriver, and some wires. So first off, you want to inspect your notification appliances devices. So on the back here, we have a turner mode, and for this one, it's 4 wires. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one of the jumper wires connect to one of these wires and back and forth, so both of them, the horn and the strobe, turn on together. So what we're going to do is get our wire, and you're going to start wiring one of these horn strobe. It could be either way, so we're going to wire this one. So positive goes into positive and negative goes to negative. Same thing here. Make sure you close it. And then what you're going to do is borrow one of these wires, and then you're going to do the same thing over here. So negative goes negative and positive goes to positive. And after you wire both of those together, what you're going to do is get one of these wires and connect it to this and the battery. So now what we're going to do first is we're going to remove these 2 batteries out of the package. Then what you're going to do is look at it. It should be marked. You want to put your positive, your negative on this positive over here. So combining this together will make 18 volts right off the bat, and this Real-Lock NT can handle 18 volts. After that, you're going to take one of your wires and save it to the side. Then you're going to take one of your wires. You can pick the black or the white one, but it works the same one. For now, I'm going to pick the black one. So what you're going to do is have this white wire sit down somewhere for a second, and you're going to take one of these wires from the pull station, either a turnable block or pigtails, which is I'm using pigtails right now, and you're going to wrap the wire around the pull station pigtail. Or for the turnable block, you just screw it from the back. And then what you're going to do with this other wire over here is you're going to have it directly connect to the battery. In this case, negative. After you do that, you want to use your electrical tape. You want to use your electrical tape to tape that wire up. Once you tape the wire off, you're going to get the other wire and tape it under here too, the positive one. After you tape it, you're pretty much done. So all you gotta do is just put one of the devices, carefully put it to the side, and set it like this. And now it's time to test the device and make sure we did it right. So, without further ado, let's test the device. 3, 2, 1. And it looked like it's a success. And I don't think this battery could give enough voltage to charge up the strobe in time. But whatever, it works, and that's basically how I wire a fire alarm through a battery. Before we get started, we need to get some power supply. So over here I have my 3 laptop chargers that I use for my fire alarm videos, and the reason being is the plug on it does not work at all. And they have enough voltage to power my fire alarm devices. If you're going to use an old laptop charger that you don't use anymore, you want to make sure you check its label and make sure it's consistent with the voltage by using a voltage meter to test it. Make sure the voltage matches the notification appliances that you are planning to use with this power charger. You can also use small charger like this, but the problem being you can only use it on electronic horns like this Real-Lock AS. If you do not have one laying around, you can go online and order a power supply on eBay or other sites. Make sure it's the correct one before you get it. Now that concludes the information on power supply. Now let's wire some fire alarms. Alright, here's all the essentials to wire the fire alarm only using the power source. So, over here I have a power brick that I used to use for my old laptop that I don't have anymore. Unfortunately it broke. And I have a FOS, a game wheel pull station, a tape, some wires, and a screwdriver. So first, what you want to do is try to locate where you're going to put the wire, because you want to do it under a desk or something, because I don't want to do it on a table and make a mess. So let me quickly put some wires from under my desk and I'll be right back. Alright, I have some wires from under my desk. Now let's get started. The first, you want to inspect your pull station, and from here it looks like it goes from these two over here. So what I'm gonna do is try to figure out, because this is my new pull station and I want to give it a try for this video, and I'll let you know what is the right way to wire it. So over here, luckily I don't need to use one of the jumper wires. I could just put this in because both of them technically power the horn either way. So first, what I'm gonna do is reattach these wires really quick. Alright, I'm now back. So what we're gonna do is get one of these wires and connect positive to positive, negative to negative. After you connect these together, what you're gonna do is get one of these wires, it could be either one, and you're gonna take one to connect to the pull station and the other directly towards power. So I'm gonna use the black one to connect to the pull station and to the power source. So let me quickly connect it to the back of the pull station and see how it goes. Quick correction, these two wires over here is where you need to put the wires into in order to operate the pull station. Apparently it's not these wires over here as shown in the video, it's actually these two wires over here. But without further ado, let's just go back to the video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it to the back of this pull station. And after you do that, you want to connect your other wires that you didn't put to the pull station over here to the power source. I noticed that I don't really need electrical tape for this one. I apologize, so I'm just going to put it to the side. You're only going to need it just in case you need to cover some wires to prevent them from connecting together. But over here, I don't see an issue with that. And I don't really need to do it for this one, so I guess we're fine for now. But now, it's time to test the device, so I'm going to go ahead and put it against the wall, over here somewhere. I'm going to hide the wires. And we should test it quickly. And now it's time to test the device to make sure we did our wiring correctly. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pull the pull station. 3, 2, 1. And that completes the tutorial on how to wire a fire alarm using AC, or in this case, a power supply. That would be the video. I hope you liked the video, and I hope this video is informative. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below this video. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care, and see you in the next one.